Red card, $0. Purple card, $2,900. Same person, same laptop, same AI. One of these two actually spent more time using AI than the other. He was also the one who made nothing. One side is asking AI to type faster. The other is asking it to build something that gets paid while he sleeps. That gap is the difference between using AI as a tool and using it as a business. I'm going to walk you through the 3 moves that separate them. Using one real business, I built this exact way. Nothing theoretical. By the end, you'll know exactly where that $2,900 came from. Piece by piece, not as one big reveal, because the pieces matter more than the total. Most guys open ChatGPT every night after work. Write a caption, clean up an email, ask for 5 content ideas. They do it for weeks, feel productive, then realize their income hasn't changed. That's not an AI problem. That's a task problem. If you're using AI to respond faster, write faster, or brainstorm faster, you're still trading time for money. You just got more efficient at the exact same trap you were already stuck in. 10 captions instead of 2 doesn't change your ceiling. It just moves it back a few feet. The people actually getting paid aren't asking AI to help them work harder or faster. They're asking it to help them stop repeating the same work for the same client, for the same result, week after week. Every AI business that actually scales does 3 things, and the weird part is that building the AI is the least important one. Find a problem. Build something repeatable that solves it. Sell it over and over to more than one person. Most side hustlers only ever touch one of those 3 with AI, usually the building part, while skipping the 2 that actually make money. But here's the part almost nobody sets up correctly, and it's not the part you'd expect. If I'd asked you where the real money was sitting, you'd probably say bigger markets, broader niches, more people to sell to. That's exactly what I assumed too, and it slowed me down for months. The truth turned out to be almost insulting in how small it was. The boring, specific, unsexy problem beat every big idea I tried first. Here's what that looked like for me. I didn't ask AI for a business idea. That prompt just returns generic noise every time. I asked it a narrower question. What tasks do local service businesses avoid because it quietly costs them money without them realizing how much? It landed on something almost embarrassingly small. Missed calls. Emergency trades, plumbers, electricians, HVAC guys lose leads constantly because nobody's picking up the phone at 9 p.m. on a Saturday when a pipe bursts. The businesses already knew they were missing calls. He'd fully accepted it as the cost of doing business. That wasn't the surprise. What actually surprised me was one owner who just shrugged and said, "Yeah, we probably lose a few jobs a month. Nothing we can really do about that." He'd fully accepted it as the cost of doing business. Almost nobody's actually fixed it because it felt too small to bother with. So I didn't build an AI company. I built one narrow solution to one specific, expensive problem. When a business misses a call, a text fires automatically within seconds, asking what the customer needs and when. An AI chatbot takes it from there, asks 2 or 3 simple questions, figures out if it's urgent, collects a name and address, and drops a ready-to-call lead straight into the owner's phone, formatted so he can call back in under a minute. The surprising part wasn't the AI. The technology was the easy piece. I built the entire first version in one afternoon, using a no-code chatbot builder connected to a text forwarding tool, running off one prompt I wrote a single time. My first attempt was clunky. It asked too many questions and customers dropped off halfway through. I cut it down to 3 questions, and completion rates went up almost immediately. That's the only real editing I did. After that fix, every new client was mostly copy-paste. Swap the business name, swap the phone number, adjust the opening line for the trade. The product stopped being custom work the moment I got that first version right. It became a repeatable system, not a one-off favor. I assumed collecting more information would help the business. It actually hurt it. Quick test before you build anything like this yourself. If you disappeared for a month with no laptop, no phone, nothing, would this still be making money? If the honest answer is no, you didn't build a system. You built yourself a quieter, less obvious second job. I sent that exact offer to 15 local plumbing and HVAC companies through a short message and a follow-up call 2 days later. Closed 3. One owner almost hung up on me, figured it was some kind of scam, until I offered to set it up free for a week and let the leads speak for themselves. That one call turned into my biggest client. 2 paid a $500 setup fee up front. 1 added a $400 monthly retainer that same first month. 1 referred me to a business that turned into another $500 job before the month even closed. Add it up. $500, $500, $400, $500, plus that smaller repeat client filling the rest. That's the $2,900, built from 4 small wins, not one big one. The biggest lesson wasn't about AI at all. The system took 1 afternoon to build. The outreach took nearly 2 weeks to get right. I spent 4 hours on the product and almost 14 days figuring out how to explain it in a way a busy plumber would actually stop and read. Selling was the real bottleneck, not building, which is exactly backwards from what most people assume when they hear AI business. Everyone worries about the tech. Almost nobody prepares for the part that actually determines whether you get paid. I'm not telling you this happens in a week, and I'm not promising you a number. Anyone who guarantees a specific income figure online is selling you something, not teaching you something. Could this fail? Absolutely. If nobody actually cares about the problem you're solving, no amount of AI fixes that. I tried this same approach in a different industry first, and it went nowhere, because the problem I picked wasn't costing anyone real money. Find a problem, build a repeatable fix, sell it consistently. That's every real business that's ever scaled long before AI existed. AI just lets one person run all 3 moves without hiring a team to do it. So here's exactly how to run this yourself, starting today without waiting for the perfect idea. Here's how I'd start if I had to do this again from zero, with nothing built and no clients. Stop asking AI to save you 10 minutes on tasks that don't compound, captions, single emails, one-off busy work that resets to 0 the next day. Instead, ask one question that actually leads somewhere. Where do businesses in an industry you actually understand quietly lose money every single week, not just feel mildly annoyed? Then talk to real business owners before you build anything at all. That's the mistake almost everyone makes. They spend 2 weeks perfecting a tool nobody's agreed to pay for, then wonder why nobody buys it. Sell the solution first, even roughly, even with a plain description and no working product yet. Build the simplest version that solves the problem second, only once someone said yes. Continue refining once you have one paying client. Let them tell you what's actually broken instead of guessing. Your first version won't be right, and it was never supposed to be. Your next step, right now, today. Open AI and ask one specific question. What's a repetitive task in an industry I understand that quietly costs businesses money? Don't chase 10 different ideas at once. Find one problem worth solving and sit with it for a week before you touch anything else. AI doesn't replace your effort. It replaces your repetition. Every hour spent redoing the same task for the same client is an hour that should have gone into building a system that keeps running long after you've moved on to the next thing. Every town you drive through is full of boring problems nobody's bothered to fix, sitting right next to businesses that would happily pay to make them disappear. Most people think AI is here to replace workers. I think it's here to replace repetition. The moment you stop trying to become a faster worker and start trying to become a system builder, you're not competing in the same game anymore. That's not a slogan, and it's not motivation for the sake of it. That's just where the money is.